Alright, hello everyone, let's get right into it. There's going to be a full stop review as well as a magic bullet review. This ego is absolutely monstrous. So we have 36 coin rule over here, we have attack weight of 1, we also have gain magic bullet equal to highest resonance up to 4. This is the big one. You are able to actually stack up your bullets really fast instead of very slowly with the actual magic bullet kit, right? So this is extremely powerful, and the 4th magic bullets and some of these other magic bullets, some of them have some really powerful secrets inside of them. Very powerful statuses, but we'll come to that in a little bit. The other stuff that this ego actually applies is if main target is defeated, inflict 4 dark flame against all enemies with burn, inflict dark flame again. So if you kill the guy and you also have a very high amount of magic bullets before you use this ego, you will be able to inflict quite a significant amount of dark flame to a lot of people, right? Because a lot of these dark flames, guess what? They're AoE, which means there is AoE dark flame and you spread more AoE dark flame. You're spreading the flames all around. The corrosion form, it actually is pretty interesting. It inflicts more dark flame and it also has burn count added to it. Well, this one here is burn potency. So if you need to get some count yourself and you're in a content where you have a lot of extra resources here, you will be able to very easily do that yourself with the corrosion ego, or you can just use one other ID to go and apply the burn count for you. The passive is also really strong. The identity, you must use it because you can get this line over here. You will inflict magic bullet burn instead. Straight up, you can inflict 7 burn per hit, 7, 14, 21 total burn potency in one turn. If the target has 30 plus burn, you inflict dark flames instead. It is absolutely beastly. On a fresh target, as long as you have some magic bullet in your pocket, let's assume that you started with 0, you gain 1 here, you get max resonance, you gain 5, right? The next time you hit the person, you are applying 5, 10, 15 potency on one character. It is very powerful, and if you use skill 3, guess what? You get to spread the burn around as well. It is really powerful. Really powerful. Okay, so let's talk about the interesting bullets to talk about. The second one is interesting because it has a different targeting priority. It will target the main target, but the main target takes 0 damage. Instead, you hit everything else except the main target. And you also inflict 3 paralyze to them, because why not? Okay, the third one is burn potency. The 4th one is tree fragility. You are not looking at this wrong. It is actually tree frag, and it is not pride frag, wrath frag or anything. It is actual tree fragility. No joke. There is tree fragility on this 4th magic bullet, meaning that if you play it well, you are able to get to this 4th magic bullet. Let's say you start at 0, so you use this ego, you gain 1. You only need to get 3 resonance, not 4, to hit 4 magic bullet for the next time you use this ego. So with this 3 fragility, you get to go into the other ones. This one has more burn potency, but the 6th one is cool. The 6th one, first of all, you have to nuke all of your coin power. You nuke it by -16 and -8. The funny thing is that if you -16 to this, you're actually getting the number 6, and then if you minus the plus coin power as well, it also goes to 6. So it's 6 in total. So it's a total of 24. 6, 12, 18, 24, right? So you will be able to get reuse effect if you have 14 burn on the main target, and with 14 burn, you just shoot 6 in total, and then you will be able to hit 7 targets because you gain 6 attack weight here. So 7 attack weight with 6, and boom, everything is going to get cooked. It's a very powerful 6 magic bullet, but the 7 magic bullet is absolutely overkill, and it is extremely powerful. 200% more damage. It also does 200% more if the target has 80% missing HP, so only 20% life is left. But if the target's part is broken, I believe that this one will still give you the full damage output, and it also forces the enemy into pierce fatal resistance. And if the enemy is also pride fatal or pride weak or anything like that, it also increases the damage on top of that. So you're getting total of 400% multiplier on a 7 magic bullet skill, and you also 2 times their weakness, and if you defeat them, you also inflict burn, and also if you kill them, you inflict dark flame to everyone, and boom, like, it's actually crazy. Of course, the downside is that you do kill yourself, so yeah, that is something a bit painful, but at the same time, this is actually a utility use of this magic ego because you can easily control control this, right? Your skill tree, you can use it to dump the magic bullet out, and then you use the magic bullet ego to gain back the magic bullet, right? So you use this to gain, you use the 7th when you're ready to kill your Outis, and you use the skill tree on Outis to safely dump out the 7th magic bullet. I think that this is a very well designed ego. It's so strong. It's actually so strong and so fun, but you do need to manage your own bullets. You do need to be very careful. If you have 2 actions, make sure your ego does not shoot the 7th instead of your 3rd skill shooting the 7th first, right? Have to be very, very careful with this ID. You could accidentally kill yourself with this 7th magic bullet ego over here. Passive, yeah, it's strong. It's strong. So if you are going for a burn team, if you are going for any of the other IDs here, if you have a lot of extra resources, feel free to go for everything else, but definitely get this if you want to build burn, if you want to experience extreme power from your Shootis. It's just so damn strong. It's really damn strong. Full stop office reps as well as the fixer. So for this one, I want to talk about Heathcliff first. One thing I found in my testing is that return fire is actually a trap. It's actually only used if you want to dump every single one of your ammunition out immediately. And this is so you can set up for LCCB Ryoshu passive. LCCB Ryoshu passive is if you are shooting the last bullet out of your ammo clip, you will do additional damage. So return fire, you shoot 3 ammo out, is only meant for you to actually dump out your bullets and nothing else. Don't spray and pray with this character. That's because Hong Lu will trigger your skill 2 for you, and you will want to spam your skill 2 as much as possible. This is actually your main skill, not skill 1. Skill 1 is something that you dump as soon as possible using your guard skill. When you use the guard skill, you're not even losing out that much. You're actually gaining poise, I believe, per dodge, even though it says unknown. You can also request melee support from Hong Lu if he's on the field, and the melee support from Hong Lu, by the way, is that Hong Lu will gain poise count and poise potency. So you're helping to feed your Hong Lu his poise and poise count, and besides that, you also gain concentration sniper, and this sniper, it also gains 1 stack every single turn, and you want to get 4 stacks before you use your skill tree. This is a very powerful guard skill because you don't want to use this skill, and because it actually is not a guard skill at all. It's actually a summon ally to attack for you. So it's a 2 coin attack from Hong Lu, but you are also dodging and also gaining value from the dodge. If you just use this without Hong Lu, what's the point? You're just wasting one of your actions to shoot your skill 2 or your skill 3, and then after that you just gain a bunch of poise and stuff. It's not that valuable if you don't have the partner. That's why they must be together. They really must be together, right? The thing to note for this character besides that, right? If this unit is not set to use any attack skills, including ego skills, you will also feed poise to, guess who? Hong Lu. If this unit did not use any attack skills at the end of turn, you also gain 10 poise and 1 pierce power up next turn. You need to get 2 pride resonance for this one. So this guard skill is very important. You want to use this right before you use your skill 3 for the pierce power up. You also want Hong Lu to help you hit the opponent and trigger your skill 2 so you can apply a pierce resist down next turn for you to use your skill 3, the Atelier Bullet. I have not talked about that one yet, but you only get 1 shot, and that 1 shot must be made to count because it's very, very expensive. So this skill 3 here, how it works: 50% damage multiplier here, 4 concentration sniper, you eat it, you gain 8 poise potency. You also gain 8 times 25%, 200% multiplier, right? 200% at 4 sniper. Make sure you're always in 4 sniper before you use this bullet here. Ideally, it's the last bullet that comes out of your pocket for LCCB Ryoshu extra damage, but not necessarily need to do it all the time. It is fine. It's already a lot of multiplier here, and then after that, you get additional damage on crit. Make sure you have a lot of poise. Make sure you have 40 poise potency in total. In fact, you want to get 27 poise potency. The reason being is that you gain 5 here. You also gain 8 here. So you take 40 minus 17. Sorry, 17? No, it's minus 13. Minus 13, that's going to be 27. So you need 27 potency, and then you on use, you do this, you shoot the bullet, on crit, consume 10 of your poise potency, and you do 100% more damage. So 100% more damage, scales based off the target's pierce resistance, 130% damage on crit, 200% multiplier here, 50% multiplier here. In total, you can hit, I believe, 430% if you can get everything as ideal. But basically, this thing here hits like a truck. Ignore the Outis part. But yeah, this thing here, try to get the 27 poise potency, get the 4 concentration sniper on yourself before you shoot it, and ideally make this the last bullet that you shoot for your LCCB Ryoshu. It's extremely powerful. If you don't really care, if you think it's overkill, then just use the regular form over here after you dump this bullet over here. This character is just incredibly powerful. You farm your poise really fast, you use your skill 2 constantly, and your Honglu will do it for you. And you are also helping Honglu do attacks to farm more poise. Honglu will use skill 1 to farm poise, use his skill 2 to farm poise, and trigger target spotted to make Heathcliff shoot skill 2. Skill 3 does the same thing as well. Take note that once Heathcliff retreats from battle when he runs out of every single bullet, including the atelier counts as ammo by the way, and what happens is that your skill 3, you actually get Heathcliff directly shooting, so that's why there is a target's pierce rest times 50% more damage over here. I think that's a very nice touch. Heathcliff himself is using his skills to deal bonus damage with his skill 3 on the Honglu skill 3. It's just very powerful. Very good stuff. Heathcliff, once he goes out, he can come back later on and he can provide even more supporting fire if the fight is still going on. Honestly, most fights should end by turn 11 or 12 at max. Like most of the time, after one retreat, you're basically just buffing this character. So there is a chance that you might want to put Heathcliff in the back from the start, just to make your Honglu an Unga Bunga character, because then he won't really need to care about like the other Heathcliff doing anything. All he needs to do is that he is 4 coin here, he is 4 coin here, and he is 3 coin here. So yeah, that is another viable way to do it. I like the flexibility, it's very cool, and you can also reload only once per encounter, only when you have 0 ammo, so do take note of that, yeah? You can only reload 1 time with this character here. So that is pretty much the summary of all these characters here. They are extremely powerful together for the full stops, and the Magic Bullet Outis with the Magic Bullet ID is ridiculously strong. Really very strong, and everyone should try it if possible. The priority here is definitely to get that Magic Bullet if you have MB Outis already. Otherwise, you go for the full stops and need to get both, because if you only get one, I'm sorry, but they are not very good together. Okay, so some team comps that I really come up with. First of all, the classic burn team. Burn team is winning with this ID over here. Apply a bunch of burn potency with Kapot maybe, or the burn potency appliers here, as well as all of these characters here for count. And then you use your Magic Bullet Ego to farm Magic Bullet, and then you use your skill 3 to apply more Dark Flame, or you can use your Magic Bullet afterwards again and again in order to just keep spreading the Dark Flame love. And that is going to be a lot of damage. It is extremely powerful. Pierce. You can also run a pseudo Pierce team with burn. Just add 1 character with burn count. Give it for this character, because this character here can apply a lot of burn potency. Then after that, you can run the full stops for more pierce resistance down, and then after that, you can run Ahab for additional support attacks from the skill 1 if you want. You don't have to run her, you can actually run other things. You can run the 2 Sanks, you can run Dawn if you want, you can run this guy, you can even run Ring Yi Sang. In fact, if you just use these 2 full stops and then use the Outis gang and then throw in a Ring Yi Sang plus Gaze, you've basically made yourself a team that only supports Ring Yi Sang and make him into beyond Maestro level at this point. Like this character here can go even further beyond with all of these characters down here. Trust me, the pierce resist down plus all of this other shit here is just going to make him an absolute monstrosity, right? Pierce Poise, you can even go for a Poise synergy kind of team comp with Ahab and then running some Blade Lineage gang alongside these 2 full stops over here. Salsu can feed them a little bit of Poise, although they don't need it. And then they also provide some pierce resist down. You can run your Outis if you want, you can run your Ahab, you can run your Twin Hook. These characters here do have some piercing. It's up to you for this one. You can even run your P-Quad if you want, right? So the last one to talk about is of course Unga Bunga. Guess what? These characters, they can just Unga everything in the game as well. These characters are better for bosses though, because these characters have no AoE in their kit at all, unlike Wild Hunt Heath, who is also sharing the slot, as well as Dawn or your Barber Outis, and so on and so forth. The AoE from these two are not ideal for clash battles. So if you tried the Walpurgis Knight event with these two characters, they are really, really slow. So they are not going to be able to help you to clear that stage really, really fast. They are more specialized in single target output. But that makes them a better fit for something like the Ring Pointerless support comp. Because then all of you just hit one guy, boom, explosion, because of Sanguine Pointillism. Really, really very strong. Mirror Dungeon wise, yeah, these two, really good for bossing, otherwise not that interesting for bossing. Right, so that is going to be, I believe, most of the summary for all of these teams. Let's talk about the egos that are good on these characters. Because this ego here, Fell Bullet, is actually quite strong. You can get Poise Potency for every Torn Memory, you can get more damage on crit for every Torn Memory, and if the unit has the ammo effect, you gain 1 ammo on crit kill. We finally found it. This is the character that can use the Fell Bullet ego. The passive, 3 Resonance, super easy. Pride team can already. Gain 3 Poise Potency, done. Right, that is a very powerful ego for a very powerful character. You can just replace your Return Fire with the ego if you have it, and you can still force Pride Resonance for other things, such as your Hong Lu skill 2, because Hong Lu skill 2 does need to get some Pride Resonance to trigger target spotted. And then for Hong Lu, there's not really an ego required for him. There's nothing that really particularly helps him, except Soda, if you want to use the Soda, but I have not really tested that one. But I do believe the elements-wise, it does support the usage of Soda. So if you want to, you can try using Soda Hong Lu. But I have not personally tested that one, so I cannot comment. Right, so these two, really very powerful. Fell Bullet ego would be great, but not required. Not required. Just having these two IDs is all you need to make them work. The issue is, Walpurgis Knight must get 2 of them. The odds are not in my favor for this one, but it might be in yours, so you can go ahead and try it for this one. For the MB Outis, Absolute Beast, I do believe that I can actually make team comps with her and just her alone. She doesn't even need the burn team to thrive. She just needs one burn character, such as this one, right? In order to make her really, really strong, because then she can do Dark Flame and do AoE and do whatever she wants with the magic bullets. Fragility application, reuse coin on 17 burn, so on and so forth. It's just such a beast, right? So definitely highly recommended banner. I wish you luck with your banner. I had to pull 400 times. It's not fun. It's not fun to pull 400 times. I had 50k lunacy and it's all gone. So I wish you guys good luck with yours. Hopefully you're not like me. And yeah, this banner, absolutely massive W. But once again, disclaimer at the end. New players as well as anyone who's saving for Arknights. Arknights is going to happen, I believe, October, November. And there are 2 more Walpurgis after this one. Don't go super hard unless you are ready to swipe that card. I'm already ready to swipe the card. Someone actually gave me the money so that I could swipe the card, which is why I'm actually going to go really hard into the banner. So yeah, this is not for everyone. If you are not ready to swipe, don't hard pull. If you are ready to swipe and fund the P-Moon anime, then go ahead and hard pull if you want, because these characters are really very powerful. Okay, so that is going to be it for this entire banner. Hopefully this has helped you. Leave a comment if I missed anything, and thank you guys for watching. Alright, I shall see you guys next time. Bye bye.